I'm Scott Al Miller. It is the 25th of July, 2021. This is Sheep Guarding Llama. Welcome to the show on YouTube. And it's Sunday. So after yesterday, we had our, I say long day, but it was just, it was a lot of fun. It was very adventurous. We went and did the Juan Venado tour of the estuary, which was really cool. Highly recommend it. Had loads of fun doing that. Luciana actually had fun, but it was too long. So by the end, I love walking by here. There's always a lizard that jumps out when you're like, rah, iguanas. So it was too long for her. So she was really tired by the end and would have enjoyed it being probably about 90 minutes. But as it was 3 hours, even though she felt like it wasn't anywhere near 3 hours, it was, and it wore on her. And by the end, you know, she's 10. So it was a bit much to be riding in a boat and doing a tour of an estuary and looking at some egrets. All things that she enjoyed, but not for that amount of time. But it was very cool, and we really enjoyed it. But when we got back, she and Ivonne went swimming in the estuary, and that made her happy. So she was quite happy by the end of the night. We tried or talked about so tonight, so Sunday. Sorry, jump forward to Sunday, to the 25th. More or less a relaxing day today. We didn't really do too much of anything. Luciana and Ivonne, I believe, went swimming again in the estuary today. They went down and hung out for a while, and boy, there's just so much that happens. It's hard to keep track of everything. I had to work all day, right? There's so much work that has to be done. So I spent the day working, and was decently productive. And this evening we talked about going to Suyapa for dinner, but they close really early. Like, we're told 6 o'clock, which is kind of crazy. This is Clive's best friend here running down the street. There he goes. We don't know his name or where he lives. He seems to live across the street from the hotel. I don't know. So we wanted to go to Suyapa because we want to try it out. We've been here for 2 months and we haven't been to Suyapa yet. And for those who don't know, it's the largest, busiest place in town. It's a roughly 20 to 25 room hotel, giant generator. They're really well known. People come in from all over to go there. We have heard, and this is just a rumor, that their food is good, but not spectacular, but they do have huge amounts of seating and a beautiful space, and we want to see. We do know that they lost their main chef recently. We have no idea who that is or where they went. Nothing to do with us. We have cordial relationships with them, but their owner is not in town, so there's no one to like really talk to or anything. But we know the people who work there because obviously they're right next door to us pretty much. So, you know, we can actually call to them from our front door. And so that's, we've just been wanting to try them out and see how it is because they're really famous, and it's kind of ridiculous to not eat at a really well-known staple of the community when we can walk to it. So we wanted to do that, but we heard that they closed so early, and Ivonne had to deal with paying the staff tonight. We wanted her to go with us, and so she couldn't go. So Paul was actually in Leon all day at the casino and won tremendous amounts of money, like $500 US at the Nicaraguan casino. So he's like the big player there. So when he got back, we decided that we had to go out because the hotel was so busy all day. So this is perfect. I actually had to avoid being out in the hotel the entire day, right? Because the restaurant was just packed, which it's just so amazing how many more people are showing up all the time. Every time we turn around, there is more and more people coming to the hotel every day of the week. It's just, things are taking off. So that was great news and worked out really well. But that means that we don't want to eat in the hotel ourselves because we end up taking a table, we end up keeping the kitchen really busy, and that's not very useful. So we decided that when Paul got back from Leon, which was more like 7:30, he and Dominica and I walked down to Mano a Mano, and had dinner there, mostly because Dominica really wanted Paul to try the fish burgers that we got the other night, which he did, and they were fantastic. They weren't quite as good as the other night, but they're still really good. They do a Caribbean style. Their whole thing is they're more vegetarian than us as a restaurant. as the chicken bus stopping and picking people up. You get to actually see the actual event here. This is the stop right by our place. That honk was directly for all of you. He looked right at me and honked. So they're more Caribbean and very vegetarian based. And so they do a gluten-free coconut bun on their fish with Madura on the fish. Madura is sweet plantains, so it's kind of like banana, but it's plantains, which are not as sweet as banana, but you let them get extra ripe so they start to become like a banana, and then you caramelize them in a pan. It's pretty good. So it's kind of like sweet bananas, but not quite as sweet. A little bit different flavor. But so it's great, really, and caramelized onions, which obviously Dominica did not have as she's allergic. So that was just fantastic. We did that for dinner. That was really our evening. Nothing too exciting. Other than that, we hung out there for a little while, came back, I worked more, and that was it. It was a very busy work day for me, but the hotel was doing really well, which is really nice. I just realized that Caracalito is closed today. Well, that doesn't feel normal. That worries me. So yeah, that is our Sunday here in Las Peñitas. That was Hernan, one of our waiters, and he is the artist who does, he did the simple beach log that sits out in front of the hotel. He painted that. He does a lot of really cool work that he does not do for the hotel. He's a working artist. But he also today painted a Flor de Caña rum bottle and brought it in for us as a gift, and we now have it on display in the hotel. But yeah, so he is the most recent addition to the staff, I believe. He joined us just a few weeks ago when people were out sick. That is the news from Las Peñitas, Nicaragua for today, July 25th, 2021. I'll see everybody tomorrow.